Is it
All
going to
right.
be solid enough?
Yeah. Hedges conversations in the background. Anyway, hello
I'm back.
internet. We are back for yet another streaming of our Princes of the Apocalypse Let's Play. We're going to be picking up where we left off last time, which was a little bit interesting. The group had just gotten invited to a manticore hunt by supposedly evil people, and it kind of turned out to be all right.
I twisted the head off a manticore.
It
It was pretty cool.
You did that.
Pretty chill dudes.
Yeah, they got fun names like Sleepy.
I packed for the weekend already, so all my D&D stuff is in the car. So I don't have any of my notes or my character sheet or my book. So wee.
That sounds
Eerily familiar?
eerily familiar. Like when we had a 5-hour stream planned and you forgot your character sheet.
Okay, it's in the car, and all my character information is in the thing, and I can look at the player's handbook through the Facebook group, so I'm good.
Okay.
What
So,
do you pack for?
I just don't have my I just don't have my notes. Packed to go hang out at Ted's house.
to play more D&D.
Yeah.
This would be my third game this week. Played Sunday, Tuesday, today, Saturday, and then Sunday again. It's a very D&D filled week. So, you guys had just returned from... and just in case you guys missed that with the sad face on the stream here, Son will not be joining us today. I will be taking over the role of Lara because being a GM in the system actually allows me to do that and roll from her sheet, so I'm going to do that. So, you guys had just returned with the Manticore head, and you proved that you had won, and Tom Brady said, "Here is your ring that I promised you. Congratulations." And I believe we ended just kind of you guys going to sleep after the Manticore event.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that way you guys would get experience and everything. And everyone said we'd talk in the morning. So,
Alright.
Hedge, you're not talking. Are you talking?
You're quiet again. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I didn't discuss with you guys.
Oh, alright. Fine. So, you guys wake up the next morning. Nothing bad happens through the night. You sleep peacefully. Everybody hit level 4, so that was fun. So, you exit out of your little rooms there that you have, out into that main hall, feast hall. And you recognize a couple of faces from last night. You recognize Tom Brady there, and there's food out on the tables, and you see Savra there as well, and everybody's kind of sitting down and eating, enjoying breakfast. And Tom Brady kind of starts a slow clap again, and everybody in there kind of picks up, seeing you guys. You know, you guys got the ring, I believe, last night. Yeah. Gave you guys the ring, and he says, well, you guys won the Manticore hunt, which is fortuitous, I would say.
I thought so.
So, what do you guys think about joining the Feathergale Society? You've seen what we're all about, having fun and drinking ale and occasionally flying around Manticore to fight Manticores. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
And he says, fantastic. He says, now that you are members, I have something I'd like you to look into.
Oh, all right. Is it gonna be fun?
Depends on what you find fun.
Okay.
Do you find destroying evil and protecting the realm enjoyable?
Those are two of my favorite
Yes.
things.
Then guess what? It's going to be fun.
Oh,
Fantastic.
yay.
So he says, I'm going to tell you about a location not too far from here known as the Sacred Stone Monastery. And at this, Lara kind of perks up and kind of begins rifling through papers as he continues to go on. He says, there are some strange monks there. I'm not familiar in their ways. Monks, they weird me out.
They're gross.
They're disciplined, and I don't like that. However,
They fight with their hands.
I feel, and I've been informed that they are harboring evil, and I want this investigated.
What kind of evil?
The evil kind of evil.
Oh, it's
Possibly of an elemental variety.
That's the worst kind.
It's the worst kind of evil.
So, what say you? Will you investigate the Sacred Stone Monastery? I can illustrate to you on it, and then, like, at this point, Lara, like, in his face, waving a piece of paper, has basically a map that kind of leads there, and he kind of is... Oh, normal people just say they have a map and then hand it to me. Well, he says, I can see why you haven't found it yet. There's a small mistake on it, and he kind of... And, like, she kind of gets a little distraught to see him drawing on the map, but then the fact that he's correcting it, making it right, is she kind of lets it go. He's like, see, you had the line going this way instead of this way. And now, you have the map to the Sacred Stone Monastery. So...
Cool.
Hedge, you don't know the half of it. You should have seen me Tuesday being a judge and a prosecutor trying to do a trial. It was interesting. So, you have the way to get there.
Do we have a ride?
We, now as full-fledged members of the Feathergale Society, you now have access to our mounts that we keep in the basement. We can work out an arrangement. I hear you are friends with Sleepy, and you look over to see a guy kind of, like, nodding, and, like, his chin is covered in, like, porridge, like, as he's been trying to stay awake. And he says he will, of course, set you up with what you need to get there. So you can leave as soon as you are ready. Feel free to have breakfast. I'm not sure there's any other kind of provisions that we could provide to you. However, if there's anything you need, let us know and we will be sure to oblige.
How far is this monastery from here?
Well, for a normal person, it would be a little bit of a trip, but with flight on your side, it should not take too long at all.
Right.
Also, I don't anticipate you encountering many things while flying. That's the benefit of
Flying.
flying, yes.
Just
So,
want to make sure how much food and provisions we would need to pack.
you shouldn't need too much in the way of provisions, but there's the dogs. It's Claire's home. But we will definitely provide that to you. Every time. 1 sec while I find the exact distance.
My dog's the same way. My one dog barks every time someone walks by the house.
Oh, that's fun.
It seems a dog thing to do.
It's annoying when we live on a main road and there's a bunch of people that walk by our house every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
The bus stop is right across the street.
Should move.
Let's move. Yeah, moving in a year.
He says it shouldn't be, a day or two at the most, perhaps shorter if you push your mounts.
Okay.
So we can obviously provide you with rations and things like that. It's not a problem.
Brilliant!
And he says, the sooner the better on this, as evil is afoot. However, I assume, it being the daytime and now being well versed in aerial combat and aerial maneuvers, you may want to do a little exploring. You might find something that interests you in the local, the valley. But sooner the better. So, should probably send you out.
All right.
Gotta eat first.
Yeah.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
I'm also gonna have breakfast.
Yeah, so there's eggs and bacon and, there's the
I
porridge
break
oatmeal
fast.
stuff. There's dogs barking in the background.
They're
It
hungry.
would be.
They want breakfast too.
Yes. So he kind of goes off back towards where you know his office to be, and everybody else is kind of milling about, and the breakfast crowd kind of starts to die down, and people start heading off in their own directions. And Savra, the girl that you know, the one that Hedge seems to
I met her.
consistently.
I mean, sometimes I just gotta fend her off. She wants me so bad.
That's
That
what you
is-
could. That's a description you could use
That is
to
what
describe
I
that
said.
relationship. So she comes up to you, and now that it's just you guys and her, and she's just beaming and just so excited because you guys join, and that means she'll get to see more of you, and it also means that
Same.
everybody they liked you enough to invite you in. Oh yeah, Sean?
Oh, okay.
Abjuration?
Abjuration, you know it.
Um,
I'll do it again too.
So she says, "Well, now that you guys are members, I want you just to be. I just want to let you guys know that maybe when you're done with the mission that Tom has sent you on, they have another secret mission. Maybe he'll let you get involved in the secret mission."
Ooh, tell us
Oh
more.
And
boy.
he says,
I was gonna ask about the secret mission, but it's a secret, and you wouldn't be able to tell me.
Well, she says, their secret mission is to apparently, I don't know what this means, but to master elemental air and to annihilate all enemies of Waterdeep.
Oh, all right.
All enemies
Air
of
makes
water.
sense.
All enemies of Waterdeep. It's
You're
nearby.
gonna be in the sky a lot, so
Yeah, it's
air makes.
it's a fairly large city in the Forgotten Realms. It's one of the larger of the major cities.
Right.
It's top 3, I'd say.
Sounds like
Top
a,
three,
sounds
yeah.
like a good thing to do.
Yeah. So maybe they'll let you join in the secret mission if you prove yourselves on this other one.
All right.
So, and she kind of just you hear Tom Brady kind of Savra, and she runs off to go see what he wants, and now you guys are left alone in the dining hall.
I watch as she walks away. Okay.
I give him a
Don't have to pretend to be your bodyguard anymore.
Yeah.
I give him a Gibbs slap for those of you who watch NCIS.
I do. Now my head hurts.
Yeah. So
You're welcome, dude. Eyes in your head, man.
you didn't realize it before, but now you notice that asleep at the edge of the table is Sleepy, face down on the table, kind of just snoring. His
Gotcha.
porridge spilled over as his hand fell into it onto the table.
Nice.
Someone should clean him up and put him in bed or something.
He needs to give us our rides.
Yeah, we need rides first.
Yeah.
All right, I go wake him up.
Okay. He's.
Hey, bro.
Remember you? From the hippogriffs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of hippogriffs.
we need some riggedy rides. Which is how where I'm from we say flying mounts.
I see.
The riggedy rides.
I'll have to remember that one for next time.
Yeah. Next
Don't
time
trust
you travel
him.
to where
So
I'm from.
come, and he starts to head down to the main, the first level floor below where the drawbridge was, where all of the mounts are.
All right, I go with him.
So you guys descend down to this first floor, and there you see, there is, several of the cages are empty, but you see again plenty of tack and barding and saddles and all sorts of things designed for these flying mounts. Things you're familiar with that you had witnessed last night. You notice that there are 3 hippogriffs. There's a giant vulture, but most of the other ones are gone.
Ah.
I guess we take the 3 hippogriffs. Oh wait, no. 4 of us. 4 hippogriffs.
There's 3 hippogriffs and 1 giant vulture.
Dibs hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
Eric can ride with me in case she decides to jump off and kill something again.
Yeah, that's probably.
She's little. That's a good
She
idea.
just kind of meekly nods and just pretends like she doesn't know what you're talking about. All of a sudden, face very deep in the single-page map that she just got. Like, Okay, so he says, well, let's get you guys set up. So he kind of, with a speed of which you've never seen him exude before, begins, blankets down, saddles, bit bridle, everything all on these guys relatively quickly. Which you're starting to
That
realize
explains why he's tired all the time.
Yeah, and it also explains why he's the only guy who works down here in an entire society of aerial flying folk. So he says, again, as I told you, looking to Creve the other day, we just call them by numbers, but I don't think they care, so if you want to name them, you're more than welcome to. These are yours now.
I'm gonna call this one Squeak.
Okay. He says that's fine. You didn't have to tell me its name, but all right. So these are yours. And he kind of opens up the cages, and you're welcome to, if you get on the hippogriffs there, you can just, there are the kind of breakaway doors that you can just exit out into the valley.
All right.
Let's do that.
Go, Squeak! And Squeak goes.
All right, so you guys take off into the valley, and now it's a beautiful, clear sky. And you're up flying around. You can kind of survey the valley. You kind of recognize a little bit of what, some rock formations and stuff you saw from the night before, but most of it, the mist was out there, so it's hard to determine. So
Cool.
what would you guys like to do? You can continue on the path that you were on, or you can try to, if you would like, just see if there's anything of interest within the valley itself.
The second one. I want to fly
Yeah.
around. Fun.
Let's do that.
I follow that guy. I'm gonna do a barrel roll.
Oh, don't do that. Are you strapped? Are your legs strapped in?
Of course they are. This is air saddles. Why wouldn't they not be strapped in?
Make me...
So you could jump off if you have to kill something.
That's right. That is like our.
No, that's a terrible idea. You shouldn't do that.
It's a great idea.
It's a horrible idea.
Do you?
Two of us tried that last time.
Yeah,
of
and
us
it worked kind of for one of
Disastrously.
you.
All right. Well, 50% of the time it works. 90% of the time.
That doesn't make any sense.
This is the knowledge domain cleric. Let me remind you.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's a valley, so there's a kind of a stream that runs through the valley. You guys are kind of at the northwestern corner of the valley, is where the spire itself is. You see a couple of different rock structures throughout there. There's like a big kind of cave that is fairly shallow that the water just runs through. In the stream, you can see there's a couple of cracks where the valley kind of comes together to a point. I don't know. Which way do you want to head?
East.
East? Alright. Make me a perception check then, Hedge, since you apparently are leading.
Ugh, of course I am. What do you think I am?
Terrible idea.
Perception.
There we go.
I did not see
Oh,
coming.
That was almost a 17.
it was almost a 17.
I know.
So, you, I'll say with that, you do seem to notice, kind of where, like, just a little bit off of where you guys are, just having just left the spire, a giant vulture and a bunch of other birds just kind of circling, which you recognize to kind of be something is most likely dead, and they are circling around it.
Ooh, let's
All right.
investigate.
I guess.
Okay, so you dive down to the ground.
Shoom!
Okay. So you get down there and you see kind of these like the giant vulture and other vultures kind of picking at something on the ground, and it looks, as you get closer, it is just a bunch of dried, old, shattered bones.
Oh.
Anybody that's looking at it, why don't you guys make me an investigation check?
Doing it.
That seems like a silly idea, but I'll do it anyway.
Bill, if
With
you want. You don't have
my
to.
0.
Ouch.
Damn.
Well,
I'm smart.
Hedge, you recognize that these belong to a humanoid creature. And because you succeeded the save by so much, you notice rusty stains along the rocks and the bone fragments. That kind of gives you the feeling that a lot more humanoid creatures have died in this location in the past.
This seems like a place to go to die. We should probably leave.
Okay. Wait. That's it?
Fantastic.
A lot of people have died here. I don't feel safe. We
Yep.
should probably leave.
Dry
I
day.
searched for traps.
Okay, what's your perception check?
You believe they exist today? No, you don't.
You don't think that there's any traps,
That's a trap.
but I will say with your perception, you notice that a lot of these bones around the rocks, while he told you that several things have died and there's evidence of bloodstains on the rocks and on the ground and things like that, these bones are mostly shattered. Not a lot of them are intact, as if there was a severe impact from a very high height.
Oh god.
These bones are shattered, like there was like an impact, severe in
I mean, like
nature.
they
from a
fell
very
off of
high-
flying mounts or something?
Oh, yeah.
Or were dropped from your crazy flying cultists?
Or smashed.
My crazy cultists. They're our crazy cultists. You
You're
joined
going robot again.
You're a robot.
Robot Sean.
You sound like a robot fucking a muffler.
Reap, why don't you make me an insight check?
Ooh.
Because you're trying to put some stuff together here. Alright, that works.
Killed it.
Yeah, you look at the proximity of the tower, the spire from where you guys are, because you're not too far from it, and just based on everybody kind of putting stuff together, you would warrant that it wouldn't be if someone was hurled from the top of the tower, which you guys recognize from being up there. This is probably about where they would land.
Gross.
Oh, we're really not that far away, are we?
No, you
I
didn't.
think we were at least like a mile or so away.
You were out for like 2 seconds, and you're like, "Look, stuff, let's go."
Flying mounts. I don't know.
You know what, guys?
I named this Defenestration Valley.
This... They probably have a good reason for throwing these guys off the cliff. Why don't we go check out the thing? And when we come back, we'll ask them.
Okay.
Is there often a good reason to throw people off of tower tops?
I don't know. I've never been... I haven't spent a lot of time in tower tops.
Have you spent a long time around people you may or may not want to throw off of high objects?
Well, more
Yes.
recently, yeah.
So do
I'm
you
gonna
guys
let
want
that one go.
Are you just gonna fly straight to the place? Did you want to explore the valley anymore?
Yeah, I feel comfortable with Squeak. I say let's go to the rock monk place.
The Rock Monk Place.
Yeah, that's what it's called, right?
Sacred Stone Monastery.
There it is.
Yeah.
Close enough. Yeah.
Okay.
The Holy Rock place.
The Holy Rock Place. You guys, with your note taking, just
Pretty good.
on point.
I don't have my notebook. I don't know where it is.
Alright, so I'm going to say you guys take off in the direction following the map that you have. Heading off towards the Sacred Stone Monastery. You know, the day passes. It's a beautiful day for flying. The wind is actually in your favor, so you're moving a little bit faster than you thought. And, you know, it's coming to the close of the end of the day, and you spot a nice clearing in a forest, and you're able to just swoop down, kind of bed down,
It is bad.
and,
Cool.
you know, you're able to just make a camp for the night.
Let's do it. Can't
Yeah, Lara, do you want to take the whole watch?
Sure!
Awesome. See you tomorrow.
Alright. She's the only one who doesn't have spells, so...
It's true.
nothing
But I
to
don't
re-
sleep.
Oh, that's true. You also don't sleep. Point taken.
I should learn to knit.
Yeah, right? Just everybody, you guys get your own sweet cloaks at the end of this. 8 hours a night just making cloaks. Okay. Let me just check this real quick. Okay, that was almost a 20. Alright, so nothing happens. You guys wake up, everything's great.
Sweet.
And you begin continuing your journey
Yes.
the next day.
Yes.
Everything okay?
Ow.
Yep.
Ow.
Just
Alright.
a fire alarm.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys continue on for the next day, and it's about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and based on the map, you start to see a fairly large stone structure closing in as you guys are flying further and further in the same path, which you would guess would be the Sacred Stone Monastery.
Should
guess.
we fly around scoping out or land so they don't see us and then walk the rest of the way?
I like the scouting idea. That sounds
If
good.
you're up high enough, they probably wouldn't think to look for that, as far as you would guess.
Let's do it. Scout the land. The layout.
Okay. When you fly around the outside, as far as you can tell, it looks to be one floor from the outside. It's not like multiple tiers. The overall area, though, is probably 13. We'll say like 130 feet long, maybe a little bit longer, by about equally, so like 130 by 130 the outside actual structure itself. And it's looks like it only has one entrance, like the main front entrance, and it's kind of recessed in like a rocky outcrop around the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's fairly protected just naturally.
Cool, let's go there then.
As well.
Okay, is that the all right?
Yeah.
So,
Not gonna land right in the middle of it.
yeah, I was gonna say
No.
where you guys are gonna land off to the
Hi!
side. What's going on,
We're the
guys?
Flying Guild. We just wanted to check on you guys.
You hear you're evil. How is that going for you?
I cast Detect Evil.
So,
Oh.
alright, so you guys land, and you're, I guess, not too far away from the main entrance. And, so your mounts are safely tucked away, and I'll say you're about 200 feet from the main front door.
Okay.
How do you want to approach this?
Hmm.
None of us are good at stealth, so I say we walk.
Should we
to
just
the
like
front
walk up
door.
to them and like, hey, we're from the Featherlight Guild? What was the name of the thing?
Feather Gale Society.
Yeah.
Featherlight Guild Society, and we're just
No,
coming in to say hi.
No.
because
Let's not
they
mention
sent
them.
us here to
Kill everybody.
You know what? Last time we were trying to infiltrate someone, we had a cunning ruse, and it turned out they were great. I said we try that again.
Let's try to establish a trade route with them.
Or it's
mean?
a temple
It's
and
a-
you're both kind of holy people. Sort
a
of.
mo-
Ah,
Yeah, it's-
you know what? That makes brilliant
It's a
sense.
monastery. It's not a temple. It's a different thing.
But it's still a monastery.
You're still a monastery.
I don't care. It's,
Yes, but we have. I mean, we should have devices out that show we are, holy people.
I have a big symbol of Bahamut on my shield.
That's good enough. I have a cross on my. I don't know, something.
Probably
I'm not
the
a holy
symbol of
person.
Moradin on your shield.
That too.
Probably.
But I also
Yeah,
have a
no.
cross.
Why?
Oh,
Moradin's hammer necklace thingy.
Oh,
Moradin's
is it his
hammer
cross or is it
cross.
Moradin's hammer?
It's a Moradin's hammer.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Because a cross is just a cross.
There's no god that has a cross in this game.
Not that I can think of.
No.
Maybe on top of something else, but not
Hmm.
just a crucifix. So,
Jesus doesn't exist
whoa! Don't say that too loud, man.
in this game. See, you got
Okay.
a little
you'll
caveat.
still get somebody.
yeah. So, alright. So you guys are heading
Just
towards
stop
just waltzing right up, right? That's the plan?
Mm-hmm.
I think walk. Just we're not gonna waltz.
No, not skipping.
We don't have music.
No sauntering.
No bard.
That is true.
If we had a bard, we might.
Oh,
I searched for traps.
In the wild?
No, on the way to the thing.
Oh, make a perception check, I guess.
Boy. Note to self: hire a bard so they can play music like.
Bye!
You don't think traps exist?
Guys, I don't think traps are real. Like, I've heard people talk of them, and those people sound like dumbasses.
Alright, so as you're walking up, a trail leads into an ever-narrowing defile between bluffs of wind-sculpted sandstone. Eventually, the walls draw in so closely that you can reach out and touch either side, but then the narrow space opens into a hidden canyon in the heart of the hills.
I like what the erosion has done with this place.
Mm.
Fancy.
A sprawling monastery with dark, narrow windows and red tile rooftops stands in the middle of this natural amphitheater, ringed by sandstone cliffs all around. Ahead, a weathered flight of stone steps leads up to the closed monastery doors. The plain doors are made of heavy timber with iron studs. A dusty footpath circles the building.
We're at the front door.
Yeah.
We knock.
Okay.
I search for traps
Okay.
on the door to see if the door is trapped.
Why would you search for something you don't believe exists?
The truth is
I ain't
out
afraid
there,
of no
man.
ghosts.
Truth is out there.
22!
Alright, so you don't see any traps on the door, which you now are fairly certain are a thing.
Okay, no, guys. Traps exist.
But you do recognize this kind of dust trail of footsteps that kind of leading around it. So you recognize that there have been people walking around the outside edge of this. So you only saw the one entrance from, 200 feet in the air, but clearly people are walking around the outside edge of this, and there's probably a reason for that.
Guys, walk around this, and there's probably a reason for it. Like more
Should we walk around it
entrances.
then, or
I think we should.
you just want to do it yourself, or should we all go?
No, let's all go.
All right.
We should.
do
It's
that.
not. We should not. We're not splitting up.
This isn't a horror movie.
This isn't,
He was about to knock, so
well, yeah. Well, we were all gonna knock.
Alright, so as you walk around, kind of scout the area, nobody, you're not really, no one's come out to see you, no threatening of any kind, nothing. You're just, as far as you know, just walking around this building and nobody seems to care. But on your way around, a small door, perhaps a servant's entrance, is on the northwest side of the monastery. On the northeastern side, a low wall encloses a good-sized garden with a locked gate. The eastern portion of the monastery is in very poor repair. The walls there are crumbling, and the windows have been bricked up with old masonry. A small side door is near that section in the southeast portion of the building, which you recognize as, again, these are just very tiny sets of steps and a door, not something you could easily spot from the height you guys were at.
Okay.
So, to recap, front door on the southern side of the building, northwestern side, which you imagine to be a servant's quarters, southeastern side, another small door, and then there's, in the north eastern corner, there is a garden with a locked gate.
What do you guys think?
Front door. We're not trying
Front
to
door.
be. We're not trying to be sneaky and invasive right now.
Well, if we go in the front door and they're like, "Hey, why are you here?" We could be like, we're here for reasons." If we sneak in the back door, they're like, "Why are you coming in the back door?" It's like,
they may just start hitting us. Yeah.
Door.
I don't have a good reason to go in the back door.
Okay, so you guys circle back around to the front?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, so, you guys knock on the door?
Laura, knock on the door.
She knocks on the door.
She knocks on the door.
Damn, she could knock.
Yeah, she's a knocker. So the door opens, and a group of strangers, which you don't recognize, open the door, and they say, "The abscess doesn't allow visitors to disturb our meditations." And they shut the door in your face.
We should wait till they're done meditating.
They're monks. Does that ever stop?
Why don't you all
I don't
make an
know.
insight check, just to see if you know that about monks?
I'm so insightful. Almost as insightful as I am perceptive.
Hedge, you don't put stock in meditation. You don't even think that, whatever, you don't care about that.
What
That's
the
not-
science?
God.
Yeah. So, Reap and Shadron and Kreve, you guys, whether or not that guy was actually truthful about them not wanting to let you in because of meditation, it is a monastery, and some monks have been known to meditate for days on end without food or water or sleep. So there's the potential that that was just a ruse, or it could be truthful, but you have no way of knowing when they'll be done. Especially because they didn't even tell you how long it would be and just shut the door in your face.
Although decidedly that guy was not meditating himself.
That is
I
true.
use divine sense.
To sense what?
If there are fiends, celestials, or undead,
Within 60
Isn't-
feet?
isn't that what divine sense does?
Yeah, within 60 feet, but it's blocked
Yes.
by like a foot thick of stone.
Yeah, but we're in front of a wood door.
No, you don't get the feeling that there's any of those within 60 feet of you through the wooden door.
All right, guys. I don't think there are any fiends, undead, or celestials through that wooden door. You're welcome.
However,
However,
you do get the feeling of a slight consecration in this area
Ooh.
because this is a monastery, so there is a little bit of a holy nature to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Hmm.
You guys know the holy stuff. I'll just shoot
Back
things
door?
if necessary.
Okay, which door? If you said back door, which one?
servant's door.
Okay. You guys
I-
good with that?
I search for traps.
Sure.
All right.
No, I want to knock again.
Shit.
You're like 50-50 on traps.
I don't know, man.
Getting mixed
This
signals.
is a really complicated. I've never gotten those before. This is a really complicated thing.
I want to knock at the front door again.
The front door?
Yeah.
Okay. The door comes open, and it's the same gentleman surrounded by other people behind him looking at you. And then he kind of like rolls his eyes and's like, I told you, do not disturb our meditation, and he begins to shut.
I'm gonna hold the door. I'm gonna grab the door.
Okay.
I'm be like, I'm Marin Lightning Slinger, cleric of Morden, and I'm just looking for a holy place to rest and pray.
Good one.
Make a persuasion
Smooth.
check.
Bam! You not see my glittering gold awesomeness of shield and cloak? God.
Your cloak is bearskin.
It's made
Yeah,
of bear.
well, it could be glowing. Aura of awesome. Damn it! I am still holding the door.
He says, I am, no. And he begins to shut it. And then Lara kind of pips up and says, have you seen heard of anything of a Mirabar delegation, a trade delegation that was supposedly moving around? Have you heard anything about them?
That was the thing.
You're welcome.
Say-
And then he
Medic.
looks at you and says, they aren't here, and begins to try to push the door close against your arm.
Is he lying? I insight check.
They were supposed to be going here, weren't they?
They were supposed to be going, I don't know, do you
I don't
remember?
remember where they were supposed to go.
I've tried to insight check like 4 times and it's not working. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That was delayed.
You got 2, and one was a natural 1.
So it's a no. Well, you tell me, Ted. What happens?
You
With my
feel
4
like he is
insight check.
truthful.
They probably weren't here, guys.
Ah.
Lara is not convinced of this. She's gonna make an insight check. Let's see, with her 1. We'll see what happens. She kind of notes stuff and kind of like whispers to whoever's closest. I don't know who that is in this situation, but says she kind of mentions, and then you guys kind of some of you hearing this, and you notice that the other people behind the main guy talking are kind of like nervously looking at each other, like there might be something suspicious going on here.
Ooh! Oh, I didn't mean to click that.
I like that though.
Not a bad idea.
I remember taking this spell.
Okay, so what are you doing, Edge? Or what are you guys doing? You got this kind of information, they might be suspicious, but the guy is consistently attempting to push this door shut, and now he's going to make a strength check against Hedge because...
I'm gonna... Alright, if I can pass this strength check.
Okay,
Please.
so make me an unskilled strength check. So we're just going to roll your strength modifier. So... It doesn't matter. He's trying, and he can't get the door shut.
I won't be able to cast Zone of Truth then if I'm holding the door open. Oh, it's a 10-minute cast. Never mind.
Monks
it's
were
a
stronger
10-minute
than that.
10-minute
duration.
Oh,
It's verbal and
okay.
somatic. You need one hand to cast it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Bitch, you're in the zone of truth.
Bam!
Okay.
You've been truthed.
So you start casting it, and these people aren't stupid. You're making and whispering the words of a spell and moving your hand, which they don't know what that is, and perceive that as a threat, because...
Shit!
I mean, you gotta think this through, man.
I didn't
You
think
really did not.
It's too late. Can't back down now.
So then
This is happening.
The other kind of... What did I say were there? How many? I don't know. Let's
You
say...
didn't.
I didn't say. There is him and 4 other guys behind him, and they all, like, while you're starting to cast, push out into you, and I'm going to need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh, Jesus.
Hell yeah!
This is a bad idea.
Balls. Wait, what? No,
That's fine, I got it. It's just, you guys have to select your token, otherwise it won't
Oh, that's
add
weird.
it. That's fine, I'll just do it manually real quick.
Ugh, my initiative sucks.
Your initiative does suck. 5. Where'd you go?
Well, it's safe to say I'm not going to be casting Zone of Truth.
Good, it saves you a second level spell.
That's true. It does save me a second level spell.
Lara's got to roll her initiative. 20.
Holy Mary.
And...
You just say that you were me or your grandmother.
No, she says she's marrying Joseph.
I know, but
And these guys gotta go.
your mom or your grandmother.
Yeah. Is that black?
Yeah. You'll see.
That's kind of dark on dark.
Feet. Then we'll move aside.
I know. Let's go. Bad guy.
Like a...
You like that?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, so... First is, let's get his information. Just get that mistake.
Well, 7.
Fix it.
There we go.
He's like, food?
Okay, so... Reap, you are up first. There
How
are
far-
5 guys. They all look to be... they are all unarmored, or unarmed as far as you can tell.
They have no arms!
They have no arms.
Good, they're shitty monks then.
Do they look like frail or?
No, make me
Anything-
a perception check. Also.
Yeah, let's do that.
They look like dudes.
They look
They
like
look
people.
like guys. These is not robots.
Snap.
Dude,
I could have
just-
talked to them. How far can I move and still like shoot somebody?
Your movement speed is 30 feet, and what did you take as your at fourth level? Did you take a feat? I forget.
More dexterity.
Okay, more dexterity. Yeah, so you can move as long as you're within 150 feet of them. You can still hit them fine.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna
You can
move
back
that
up.
far back. Yeah, get out of the melee,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna hunter's mark a guy.
Okay.
And are we sure we want to kill these dudes? That's probably what's gonna happen.
You're in
Attack
combat
nuts.
right now. You got it's decision time.
Fuck it, do it.
Go for it.
Oh yeah,
Murder!
I don't care. First
I'm
guy.
aboard the- God damn it, Chad.
Really?
You're like Kevin, but digital. Ted
We'll
gets that.
explain that after. So.
Yeah.
It just goes right over the guy. Just into the door. Alright, it's Lara's turn. She is going to close the distance foolishly into melee combat
I
and attack with her rapier first against one guy.
Oof.
Why did that roll 2?
I don't know.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Do you have inspiration on?
Oh, I do. Guess what? She's gonna use her inspiration, I guess. It added them together, though.
Weird.
I didn't see what the second one actually rolled.
A 5.
That makes sense. 5 plus 7.
Yeah, it's 12. So, doesn't matter. She misses with that.
Ugh.
I think if you have inspiration checked, I think it will roll with inspiration.
Mm.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
So and he just kind of like ching, blocks it with his arm because he's a monk. So then she goes to do an offhand attack with her +1 dagger. And he just like, nope, deflection. So then she will back up
Snap.
30 feet. Oh, you know what? I think it might be because she's lucky, possibly. It automatically re-rolled it.
Mm.
Oh, that would make sense.
Halfling. So, then she backs up because she's got fancy footwork, and he can't opportunity attack her, and moves away. So that will be her turn. Now it's bad
Alright.
guys.
Bad
So, I
guys.
don't know why he all of a sudden got a 28.
Oh, that.
You know what? I know why. That's fine. Let's get rid of this over here. There we go. Oh, Gabe, where are you going? Let's put you on loop, buddy. There we go. Alright, so these guys all have unarmed strike, so they're gonna move in. You've got 5 guys. Sean, or Creve and Marin are closest, so they're all gonna move in and just unarmed strikes.
Good.
And you guys.
Good.
I kill him.
You do? Let's see.
I don't know.
So we'll go. You know what? We'll have one. We'll chase. No, he wouldn't be able to catch her anyway and still attack. So, Hedge, you get 3. Sean, you
Awesome.
get 2.
All right.
So
do
first
it.
one on Hedge. 22 hit.
That misses.
Oh.
Whoa.
He's being silly.
Let's do his second attack. 10 miss.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll all the attacks and then
That's
we'll do
fine.
the damage. So next one on you. They each get 2 attacks. Natural 1.
Woo!
So I'm gonna say he punches, but like, you know when a pitcher overthrows their arm and like they hurt themselves? He does that equivalent but with a punch and punches into your shield, and the recoil is so much, and because it's something that's never happened to him before, he's a monk, that it actually shuts down his secondary attack. He's recoiling too much.
He's gonna need Tommy John surgery.
Bro.
So this is the third guy. There's an
Real
18
talk.
hit.
You should practice hitting something that's harder than whatever he hits.
Maybe some of that sacred stone. Hedge does an 18 hit.
Yeah.
Alright, and one more from the last guy. A 9. So you got two hits. So,
Yep.
just roll this. Total damage.
I can go the distance.
Edge, you take 13 points of bludgeoning damage from their fists.
What?
That was a noise.
That was 2 separate guys attacking.
13.
All
So
right, Sean, you got 4 guys.
4.
14 hit.
Nope.
Guess a 9 doesn't,
Nope.
and a 6 doesn't,
Nope.
and a 14 doesn't.
Nope.
So you just put your shield up, and these guys are like,
Pow, 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 pow.
and it's just like bing, 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 nothing.
Oh, alright.
So that was their turn.
Alright.
You're up.
I am going to,
Breath weapon?
breath weapon.
Okay.
It's a
That-
butt
that
trumpet.
is-
It's a butt trumpet. I butt trumpet before I breath weapon.
Oh, that's
To demoralize them, and hopefully they'll fail their Constitution save. But I want to hit as many people
wow.
as I can.
Is it,
So-
it's a line, right? Or is it a cone?
Cone, 15-foot cone.
I'm gonna say you could just hit them all.
All right.
On that side.
So roll your damage, and I'll do this. It's a Constitution save.
Constitution save, DC 12. It's super easy.
Constitution. And there are 5 guys.
It's good. 5 guys is good. It's delicious.
Well, we'll see if I hit first.
You know what? Here we go. So, fail. Pass. Fail. Fail. Pass.
All right.
So I'm gonna say the 2 that were fighting you were ready for it, and the other 3 take 7 points of damage.
Cold damage to be
Cold
specific.
Damage.
Ooh.
Other guys take 4 points of damage. Okay.
Suck it.
So, Edge, your turn.
Did my Zone of Truth spell fail? Or did it just
I'm
not
gonna
cast?
say you didn't even get to cast it.
Okay.
Wait, real quick. Shadron, you have the thing where if they don't have full health, it does extra damage?
Yes, I do.
Oh, sweet. We should start every battle like this. I do at least 1 point of damage to everyone I can. And then you do extra damage. This is great. We're strategizing. I love it.
All right, so
It
Edge.
sounds good as long as I can hit something.
Well, we can dream.
Yeah.
Edge, you're up.
I'm gonna bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay.
So that's 1 spell.
Yep. So
Eh,
go
great.
ahead.
And then I'm going to
The spiritual weapon can attack as part
Yeah.
of the bonus action.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So how many are in front of me? 3?
Right. You can only hit 1. But yeah.
Yeah, well I can hit 1 and then my spirit weapon can hit another one. Well, I'm gonna hit one of them, the guy that I'm gonna hit with an inflict wound spell.
You wouldn't be able to because you used your bonus action to cast spiritual weapon. You
I
can't
thought
cast. You
there's
can't
a
cast.
bonus action. I don't-
Bonus action. If you do a bonus action spell, you can only do a cantrip.
Oh.
You can still attack though with your weapon.
Oh, I
It's
just
a hammer.
Yeah. Yeah, they have a great deck, so I am not gonna cast that spell. Yeah, I'll just hit him with a hammer then.
All right, let's see it.
Hammer of Justice? Where is my hammer? There it is.
Check your butt.
Ugh.
You, they just again, ding, knock that off. No damage whatsoever. Why don't you go ahead and roll your
Spirit.
spiritual weapon?
Yeah, let me see where that is. Okay, Spirit Weapon of Justice!
All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah, when you cast a spell, makes a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet on a hit. Okay, so I'll roll a d20. I don't know what bonuses it's supposed to get.
It's gonna add your
Your
spell attack
wisdom.
bonus. Yeah.
Oh, so it's just wisdom. Okay, so
Wisdom plus proficiency bonus.
so 6.
Sure.
Well, my wisdom is 4, and I'm guessing my proficiency bonus is 2.
Yeah.
So 12.
That is a miss.
Ah!
The spiritual weapon stays though, so.
Yeah, it lasts.
Okay.
It's not concentration.
It's back around. It is not. It's back around to Shadron. Go ahead. What you got?
Okay, I'm gonna target one of the guys who's actually hurt this time.
That's everybody.
Everyone's
So,
hurt.
3 of them are hurt more than the others.
Huh.
Well, you cast the thing on the one
Oh yeah,
guy, right?
you cast Hunter's Mark on one, so why don't you... Yeah, just attack that one. That works.
Attack that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Here
Let's do
goes.
that.
You just hit. Alright, so go ahead
Fantastic.
and roll damage, and then your Hunter's Mark damage, and your Colossus Slayer damage. Oh. So, Colossus Slayer is 8. You gotta click on Longbow in the little chat window here to roll the damage. Like where it says Longbow.
Okay.
So
My
click
bad.
that, and that'll roll the damage. So that's 16, and then roll your Hunter's Mark damage.
Wow.
Hunter's Mark doesn't do extra damage?
It does. It's another D6.
6?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you cast that, so you just gotta roll that as well. Okay. So I'm gonna say the guy you
Point
have.
it.
So that arrow seems
Fuck
as
it.
if, as your vision kind of, periscopes in and out to you kind of, oh, that's what I should be doing, and it locks onto the guy. The arrow lets go, seemingly as if boosted by the new Wind-Air Association of the Feathergale Society, just like a torrent of wind just kind of blows everybody's hair back as it... And it just pierces this guy in the chest and blows clear out the other side. He drops to the ground dead, and you got another as it's stuck halfway through the big, thick wooden door. And as a bonus action, you can move your Hunter's Mark to somebody else.
Yep.
Okay,
Ew.
so it just moves on to the next guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So he is super dead. Alright,
Soup's dead.
Lara's turn.
Yeah.
She's gonna move back in now and attack one of the guys that got hit with a breath weapon for the most damage first, maybe. Hey, alright, a 25. So, she does 13 points of piercing damage with just the stab. Now we gotta roll sneak attack.
Must have been a kidney.
20 points of damage with the sneak attack, and just finds one kind of pinpoint where it looks like he got a little frostbite on his skin there from the cold, and just thrusts right through and just like right up to the inside. Kind of, you see the light dim in the guy's eyes, and pulls it back out. That guy falls. And then she turns to the other guy with her dagger and goes to stab at him
Right in the face.
with a 24,
It's called
Good
it.
place.
and does 9 points of damage. Wait, maybe not 9.
How would you do 9?
It's not 9. It doesn't.
It's not 9.
It doesn't do offhand, so it's 4 points of damage
Alright.
to that guy. And now, well, unfortunately, she's in combat now and can't. Oh wait, she's a rogue. Bonus action.
Fancy footwear.
She's also bonus action disengage,
Oh, yeah.
or bonus action dodge, or dash rather. So she moves back away. That's her turn.
She's pretty good.
Yeah. If you hit stuff.
Now the bad guys have a 42 initiative.
They're just really good.
Really good. They're really fast.
So now it is their turn. There are 3 of them left. There's the 2 that was on Cleve and the one that's on Marin. I'm just going to keep that there, but I'll roll one attacking you, Sean, because you're actually at your computer.
Fair.
It's an 18 hit,
It barely hits. It grazes.
but it hits.
Yeah, it hits. I have an 18 ace.
Alright, and then the second one, 16 misses. 20, natural 20. There it is.
Oh, butts.
And the final swing is a natural 1.
Okay.
So you got
Well,
one.
that balances out.
You got one base hit, which is a D6.
Roll a d6.
That's the plan. So this is your regular hit. 4 bludgeoning damage.
Taken.
And then the critical hit as he kind of winds up and just kind of goes up underneath the like where the seam of your armor meets your waist and just like
Ew,
hits you right in the
gross.
gut
Right in the cloaca.
for 8 damage.
Alright.
And then Hedge, you got a guy who's going to attack you. And he's gonna miss with that one. And then his second attack, and he misses again. Creve.
So 2 guys are dead. Were they? Which ones were they?
The ones that were fighting Hedge that took more damage from your breath weapon.
Okay. Then for this mother, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna attack him with my warhammer.
Okay. This is the guy that the ones that were fighting you.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Boom. Attack roll.
Natural 20.
Nice.
All right.
And then, yeah, I'll
So
do
you
that.
just click Warhammer in the thing there to roll the damage.
Smashing.
Does that add your modifier? What's your strength mod?
A 4.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that's
I don't know where it's getting those numbers.
No, it's 3 on the roll plus 4 on the roll is 7.
Yeah.
Plus 2 from dueling,
Okay.
which is 9, plus 4 from your strength mod, I think.
All right.
Yeah, that's the the numbers. I added it up backwards, but the number is right.
All right. Cool.
So 13 points of damage. So this guy's looking pretty rough, but he is still up. Anything else? Can you do anything else?
No.
Fair enough. Marin.
I will Hammer of Justice twice.
All right, you got this guy that's right up next to you, so you give it a swing. And you whiff big
Ugh.
and wide. And he's just not even, like, he just, like, you saw he was in, like, a defensive stance, and then he just is like...
Come on.
So you got your spiritual weapon, give it a go.
That's right. He didn't see this coming.
He didn't see it coming as a spiritual weapon. Just right down on top of him. And this is going to be a D8 plus your wisdom modifier.
Ah, okay. D8 plus 4.
And the spiritual hammer of Moradin just hits this guy, and he crumples in and falls to the ground dead.
Ha! I used
Nice.
force.
All right, Shadron,
Not wrong.
there is 2 guys left. One guy looks really badly damaged. The other guy is just fairly unfazed. Just took the cold breath weapon off right off the bat.
All right, I'm gonna shoot the guy who's actually healthiest.
Okay. So
Maybe.
let's see what you got. 21 will hit, so go ahead and roll your damage. 5, and now roll Colossus Slayer damage, which is 3. And Church Mark was 1. You hit him, but the damage was 9 points. All
Yeah,
right.
that's still good.
It's still solid. I mean,
That's good for one hit.
that's not bad at all. Alright, so he's still up, but now he's kind of got like an arrow sticking in him. And he just kind of like flexes, and the arrow just like works its way out and falls to the ground.
He's Wolverine.
And now it is Lara's turn. So she's going to go in and stab at the guy who looks healthiest, the one that you got the arrow sticking in first.
I wonder if Hail of Thorns mixes with Colossus Slayer. That could have been awesome.
I'll have to look at it. But she misses with her rapier. This guy, he's just still flexing so hard that the rapier kind of like, bling, like it bends like a fencing foil. And he's like, he just kind of cracks his neck a little bit. So she steels herself and goes to stab with the dagger.
Aim for the groin.
Ugh.
And he does the Jackie Chan thing where he sucks his nuts up inside him, and she just whiffs. And then she backs away.
Far, far away.
And now it is the 2 guys that were on Creve originally, and they are both gonna punch at him.
Oh no! Please miss.
15. 15. 20.
Ah, butts.
7. So
Yay!
1 hit, and he reaches over to hit you for 7 damage.
Oh wow.
Just kind of
Thank
hits you in the chest, and you know, it doesn't do any much, but just the impact is enough to really
Oof.
hurt you there. Knock the wind out of
Oof.
you a little bit.
I'm hurt.
Grief, it's your turn. These guys both look like they're hurting pretty bad.
Alright, and then I have no choice but to hit one with a hammer.
Story. Let's see what you got. Nope, you don't.
It's
have
almost a 16.
It was right there. So he actually just like palms your warhammer as it comes
shit.
down, and he just kind of like shoves it back at you. You don't doesn't hit you, but like
Yeah.
you,
Like, oh shit.
but he's just
like
like,
that.
come on, man. Is that all you got?
I didn't like that. I have more. You've seen what I got. Don't be a dick.
Marion, it's your turn.
Swinging uppercut from the hammer.
There are 2 guys left. Miss
Damn it.
with your hammer as you uppercut, and the spiritual weapon sneaks around from behind and just phases right through him.
Keep sneaking.
Forgets to swing and just like passes through him. No damage.
I'm not rolling good tonight, guys.
All right, Shadron, what do you got? You got 2 guys left. They're both they're pretty much equally as hurt, I would say.
I don't like flexy guys, so I'm gonna shoot him if I can.
All right, let's see what you got. Hit. He goes to try to flex, and he's a little appalled because you go right back in the hole that he
He's
flexed
fine
the
or
arrow
what?
out of. So that hits. So go ahead and roll some damage.
Huh?
I'm trying to see
7. So go ahead and roll
Just
Colossus
hit
Slayer. Or doesn't matter. Hunter's Mark.
first looking.
So
It was
the
hand.
arrow goes in, and it kind of, with all this extra energy behind it, pushes in a little bit further, and it, you know, kind of clips a lung, and he starts gasping, and he just falls down, and he is dead. All right,
Hubris!
the first encounter. And then Lara goes up to stab the last guy, and doesn't matter. She has to do more. He's dead. She does way more damage than he has health. So he falls down.
Alright.
Dead.
I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Do you cast Cure Wounds or do you use Lay on Hands?
Oh, I forgot I have Lay on Hands.
Robot.
You're a robot paladin.
I'm not. God damn it. So much robot fucking a muffler.
I'm
Muffler
gonna
boy.
lose myself. Dead.
Okay. What's up?
I'm gonna cure wounds myself.
How bad were you hurt? Maybe you should let Sean Lay on Hands you.
Why does that not count? Does he
It's not a
have...
spell.
Oh. Alright.
It just does healing.
How much take?
How much? Oh, you
Yeah.
just pick a number?
No.
No, I'm asking you how much damage you took.
Oh, 13?
I heal you for 5.
Ugh, you suck.
I am out of Lay on Hands. I've used it all.
You used all 20 points?
Yep.
All right.
15 for me, 5 for Hedge.
I should have just cast the healing spell on myself.
Why? Now you have all your spells.
You still
Ooh.
could cast it
Alright.
if you want.
No, now it's too late.
Okay.
Now,
Well,
I don't know.
you
Mighty.
guys have killed the 5 people at the entrance.
No shit.
They brought it on themselves.
I loot their bodies.
They're
They are
monks.
monks.
Anything.
Yeah, I loot them.
You get a loincloth and
Yeah, loincloth and some leather straps.
9.
You
are they
searching for
really
traps?
monks?
I missed that. Was that what you were doing?
No, I was looting the bodies.
With a perception check?
Yeah, I was perceiving what they have on their bodies.
Loincloths and leather straps.
I take the leather straps. And that's all.
Okay, you can put leather straps in your inventory.
Nice.
Let's walk in.
I'm gonna retrieve some of my arrows, the ones that didn't go, wherever.
Okay, make me, I read this in a different system and I like it. Make me a dexterity
Oh.
check.
Ooh.
Or a saving throw.
Meh.
I'm gonna say you can find 1 arrow.
Cool. I'll pull that out of the guy who died
Yeah.
gasping.
Yes. So, alright, so you guys walk into the monastery now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I search for traps.
The traps that may or may not actually exist.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
You're really not sure?
I don't know, guys.
Damn this existential angst.
I'm really not sure.
Alright, so you enter into this room. A small panel in the monastery's front door slides open. And you see, what is that? There is, nope, this is happening at a different time of day. Never mind. So,
Cool.
You walk into the front door. The austere hall is finished in irregular blocks of dark basalt that form natural columns along the walls. The doors of the monastery's front entrance face south, while interior doors lead east and west. An interior courtyard lies just north of this room, visible through a pair of narrow windows. So you have a door, you have a courtyard that you can see through 2 windows, and a door to the left and to the right.
We're gonna look into the courtyard, see what's in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
This long, narrow court is paved in red sandstone. To the north stands the main temple or shrine of the monastery. Its copper-sheathed doors emblazoned with a triangular symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Doors also exit when you kind of look down this way to the east and west, and several narrow windows pierce the southern wall. You can see, the ones you're looking at, really. Gargoyle statues stand on either side of the door leading towards that temple that's up ahead, each facing the court with a ferocious leer.
So it looks like the main temple is north of where we are, across the courtyard. I'm guessing both these paths lead to it. But do either of you guys recognize the symbol that's on the doors over there?
Let me take a closer look.
I'm guessing collision check, Ted.
Perception to see it.
Oh, okay.
To see it. You know what, you saw it, so religion to understand it.
God, what is with my rolls tonight?
Hang
It's
on.
I
not
have
Moradin.
a 1.
Oh my god. Nope, we're dead. We're dumb.
So, Lara doesn't really recognize that either. However, she's going to make a different check. Let's see. She makes a natural 20 on an intelligence check and recalls back to below in the Temple of the Moving Stones, the dead bodies that the rats burst out of.
Oh, yeah, those were gross.
That they had a symbol carved in their
butts.
their foreheads,
That was close.
and it looks exactly like this one.
Like ritual scarring carved, or
Like
malicious?
this symbol, which looks essentially here. I'll draw it out on the map for you guys.
I'm just wondering if it looked
That's not
like,
good at all.
it was like we killed these guys, so we drew our symbol on their heads, or
Gotcha. No. Well, it's hard to tell because it was so long ago, and you're just remembering it. So
Where does she remember if it was scar or fresh cuts?
these bodies were. It was again carved, and based on her having this dagger and putting 2 and 2 together, this dagger was used. The one that she has was used to make the carvings. The
Okay.
bodies had been there for who knows how long. They still had meat and stuff on them, but it did seem like it was more of a ritual sacrifice.
Oh, gross.
If you recall back to what happened in that temple, that you could lift and move the stones around, and
yeah.
it didn't actually do anything, but the people were afraid enough to believe that it did.
Yeah.
So most likely they sacrificed people to appease the stones.
Oh no.
The symbol looks like what I just drew, right like that.
Guys, I think they're evil here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so do you want to just go to the left or the right? What do you think?
I think they're just missing a ring.
So yeah, left or right for your
Let's go right.
options.
I go right.
Okay.
I'll
I search for
follow.
traps.
All right.
Do I see any?
No, but you are fairly sure that traps are a thing.
I stop updating them on my existential crisis until I come to a firm conclusion.
Fair
So
enough.
I'm pretty sure that they exist, but I'm not gonna say it. I gotta work this out on my own.
Okay, so when you walk down this hallway, about 5 feet in on the right, there's a door. The hall continues about 20 feet down. You can see another window looking into the courtyard, like a ways up ahead on the left. But you saw through the other larger window that it's still just looking into the courtyard. There is a door on the right-hand side, basically right where you are.
Cool. I searching for traps.
I'm going to say that 18 counts, so stop searching for traps.
I'm gonna make this statement. We're in a holy monastery that most likely they don't expect raiders to come. I doubt there's any traps anywhere.
And that's how they get you.
You can't tell, but I'm pointing at Shamrock. Like, yeah, fucking yeah.
All right, so you don't think there's any traps on that door.
All right, I try and open the door.
You open the door.
My hand. What's in the door?
Writing desks stand beneath the windows of this large workroom. Dusty tomes, stacks of parchment, and pots of ink clutter each desk.
We should maybe look for proof that these guys are actually evil before we kill all the rest of them.
Yes.
Let's check the book. I'm gonna check one of the books.
Okay. Why don't you make me some perception checks? Oh, let's see what to do too.
We'll all read different books.
Yeah. Okay. So, you guys spend about a half an hour looking through all these books. Nobody comes and disturbs you, which you're not sure if that's commonplace or not.
Because they all dead.
It looks like a lot of the stuffs, the books are being copied and re-scripted down. Like old books are being made, copies are being made. But they are mostly academic texts all about the elemental planes.
Oh.
Holy texts that refer to earth deities or obscure earth elemental powers. Philosophical treatises on self-denial and nihilism. Things like that. Very, very high-level stuff. However, upon looking further, some stuff starts to catch your eye.
Yeah.
And you're looking through a lot of these things. You recognize a name that you haven't thought of in a long time.
Oh, this can bring me back.
Squeak.
Marlos Ernrail.
Nope.
This is a name that you very clearly remember because this is the ominous dream that you received way back in the beginning, was to find Marlos and put an end to his villainy.
Yes.
You were supposed to seek out the Earth Prophet. You were gifted this in a dream, who is a dangerous villain and must be stopped. You realize now that most of these books all seem to have his name marked on them. They seem to be copying what you can determine to be his personal collection.
I must take these books.
All right.
Sure.
If we do that, then we're probably gonna have to fight everyone here. I mean, we already killed some people, so we're probably gonna have to do that. Right? Take the books. Take the books.
Well, why don't we just come back out through this way when we're
And
done?
then take the books.
Then take the books after we, kill everyone if we have to.
All right.
Okay.
What do you think about that, Lara?
She is okay with it,
All right.
but I want to finish telling Hedge what he found.
Oh, okay.
So stuff you determine now that you recognize with this, he is indeed the Prophet of Earth. You're not entirely sure what that means, but he's constantly referred to and self-referred as well as the Prophet of Earth. He was drawn to a place called, I'm going to say write this down, somebody.
That's a good idea.
I don't have my notebook.
This is going to be important later. And I'm not gonna be here to fill in for Son next time, probably, so I won't be able to just remember this for you guys.
Okay.
He was drawn to a place called the Fane, Fane,
Fane.
of the Eye, the Fane of the Eye, by powerful visions. There he found Iron Fang, the holy implement of earth power, and took it for his own. He established the Temple of Black Earth in the ruins of a long-abandoned dwarven stronghold that exists below the very monastery in which you are in. He also nurtures something called the Black Geode, and when all is ready, quote, the ever-growing mountain shall come and remake these lands in his own image.
Ah, I type so slow.
Ever-growing mountain. I got it.
Okay. He found a monastery. What was the name of the monastery?
The one you're in, the Sacred Stone Monastery.
I thought it was something Black Hand. You said black.
Black
I said
Earth.
the word black, yes.
The Black Geode.
The Black Geode.
Black
He's-
Geode, dude.
He's nurturing something called the Black Geode. Oh,
Dude.
he established the Temple of Black Earth below the monastery that you're in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And it was which was a long abandoned. He established this in a long abandoned dwarven stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! So like, this is a big. We got some shit going on downstairs.
That would be yes.
The black. What was it?
Temple of Black Earth.
Okay. Oh shoot. Temple of Black Earth. God damn it.
I think we should probably go back and around and see what rooms on the other side of the hallway before we bust into the courtyard.
Agreed.
Yeah, because the hallway does continue down further.
Let's finish this hallway and then go to the other hallway and then go to the courtyard.
Okay.
Yes.
And what was this guy's name again? Just so I have it written down finally.
Let's just call him Marlos. We'll just go with that.
Marlos
Marlos. I don't care about his last name.
stole the Fane of the Eye.
Nope, he was drawn to a place called
Oh.
the Fane of the Eye.
Where he got Iron Fang.
Correct. The holy implement of earth power.
We found Iron Fang. Got it.
Okay. Amongst the other things, I'm gonna say Repray, you found this because or Shadron found it technically because his perception roll was highest. Amongst, kind of put off to the side, were two scrolls. A scroll of Dust Devil and a scroll of Erupting Earth. These are spell scrolls that were put to the side, presumably because the monks can't copy them because they're magic, and only someone of magical ability would be able to copy these.
Oh, snap. Huh. Pick those up.
Mhm.
Hey, guys, I found scrolls.
Oh, cool. What do they do?
I like scrolls.
I don't know.
Cool.
There's like a spinny Dust Devil tornado thingy on one, and the other kind of looks like a volcano, so they might do
Unfortunately, I don't think any of you
stuff.
guys can cast either of those spells. So
I am checking that now.
I know a paladin can, and I know a cleric can't. So it would only be a ranger.
Dust Devil, it doesn't tell me because I'm looking in an app. Nope. Druid, Dust Devil's Druid, Sorcerer, Wizard,
Erupting Earth.
and Erupting Earth is Druid, Sorcerer, Wizard.
Yeah, so
Mm-mm.
nobody can use it. Okay, so that's that. And then there's another door that leads out of this room, which you recognize as the other door that was at the end of the hallway. And the hallway continues to curve around back to the north.
Let's check that out.
Okay, so exiting that door further down, continuing on, there are 2 doors on the left-hand side that lead in towards the courtyard. And then you can continue down. There are more doors in this hallway. Let's see here. As you move up a little bit on the left-hand side, stone stairs descend 10 feet to a landing, turn, and then continue to descend beyond your sight. Several large buckets are stacked unevenly on the landing. To the north, the staircase descends 10 feet to a door. So you've basically got doors to your left with stairs going down, doors straight ahead going down, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other doors in various areas that lead around, 2 of which you think are attached to one singular room. You've got, we'll just go north, northeast, east, south.
This is the main temple now?
No, you're not in the temple. You're
Oh,
outside.
not the one on the top. Okay, we're not there yet. This is just another building.
Correct. This is another, just as a hallway, basically.
What's behind door number 1?
I follow Marin.
Okay.
I follow behind both.
Alrighty. So this door, you open up the door. This large room contains a wooden table with 4 chairs, a small working desk, several macrame wall hangings, a single pallet on a low stone shelf set against the west wall. To the north, a barred window looks out over the walled garden, which you recognize as the garden from where you came around. Sorry about that. The room is currently empty.
Okay.
There's stuff in the room, and you can look out that barred window if you so choose, but it's up to you.
I can't reach it. Too short.
What would you guys like to do?
I'm just
Next door.
Anybody
with
paying
the flow.
attention to what was in that room?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A workbench.
Workbench, macrame, fun
I don't
stuff.
know.
Does the macrame look like anything?
Not anything that makes any sense to you. You get the feeling that it's probably just absent-minded monk work, like when you're not actually meditating, you just need something to, pass the time.
I searched for something important in there.
Make a perception check.
I search for traps. 20 to search for traps.
You don't find any traps.
Yes!
I see him searching. I'm gonna look around.
Alrighty. Lyra couldn't be bothered. Hedge, upon looking around this, you find a chest by the desk.
Woo!
Inside that chest is 800 silver pieces.
Yes!
Are you gonna take this down?
Hell yeah, I'm writing it down.
Alright.
Got it.
800 silver pieces. 65 platinum pieces.
Whoa!
12 turquoise gemstones, which
I don't
you
even know what
estimate
that is.
to be worth 10 gold each, that are wrapped in a piece of leather. You also notice that
Jetstones?
there's a key on the wall.
Taking it.
Okay.
12 gemstones.
Turquoise.
Yeah, turquoise gemstones.
Oh,
They're
turquoise.
worth 12 gemstones worth 10 gold each.
12 turquoise. And a key.
Yes, and a key. And there's that. The entrance you came in is the only way in and out of this room.
Alright, I take the key.
Okay. You got another door.
I'm gonna write down ominous key.
You have a set of stairs that lead out towards where that garden is, and a door there, and then another door basically directly across from you.
Let's go directly across.
Door number 2.
Door number 2.
Or number 2.
So you enter that room. Piles of firewood are stacked neatly against one wall of this room, and 4 large copper kettles stand in iron frames above iron fireboxes. Copper tubing in long coils leads from one kettle to the next. Several large wooden casks stand at the south end of the room. And shelves on the eastern wall hold down scores of brown bottles sealed with red wax.
Marin, you should drink some of that.
What's in the brown bottles?
Do you inspect?
Yes.
It's in the bottles.
I inspect the casks.
They are filled with brandy.
Ooh.
There are 65 bottles of recently bottled brandy on the shelves.
So before we get those books, we're gonna get this brandy.
Yeah.
I think they would love it at the Feathergale Society. They would
Yes,
probably love this brandy.
Grab the brandy.
Yeah.
So, do you guys... You don't take it, you just leave that all there?
Well, I
Well,
take
look at
one.
it.
I take one.
Okay. So, there's 64 bottles of brandy on the wall now.
64 bottles of brandy. I take one down. I hand it to Marin.
Because I don't
63
drink.
bottles of brandy on the wall.
All right. Bottle of brandy.
Okay.
What
Sure.
year?
I don't know.
It's
room.
like this
It's
year.
recently
This
brewed.
year.
So this year. Like, a couple days ago, maybe.
It's a good year.
It's a good year. This is a good year. 2016.
Made from wine, so
Yeah.
hopefully it's good.
So, where do you guys... So that's all that's in this room, is just the brandy.
Okay.
Distillery.
Next
You've got
room.
the door that goes... The stairs that kind of descend to the door that goes out to the garden. And there are 2 other rooms. And one door that you guess would be one that leads outside based on the proximity of where you were.
Door number
Yes.
3.
Door number 3.
Okay. Get there.
Did you have some of the brandy already?
You don't know.
What are you talking about, man?
All right.
We're just having adventures.
Yeah, man.
I'll
good time.
On this. Okay. So the older part, this older part of the monastery, this is a kind of crumbly part you saw outside. This older part of the monastery has been fitted out as a laboratory with work tables covered in alchemical apparatus and several shelves full of strange curios and dusty clay jars.
Cheerios.
Yes, Cheerios.
Oh.
I'm not done. Sorry, I was changing
Okay.
the music. The windows have been bricked up and cobwebs hang thick in the ceiling corners. An ancient figure peruses a heavy tome that lies upon a small desk, making notes on the sheets of parchment covered in arcane writing.
Wait, you said there's someone in there?
An ancient
Yep.
figure, yes.
Ooh.
I say hi.
Okay.
I have a
He-
16 charisma. So, you know it's a good hi.
You know what? I'm going to say, why don't you make me... Hedge, you and Sean immediately make me religion checks.
Please roll good. Yes.
I rolled less good.
Hedge, you get a feeling that this creature is very old and has not been living for a very long time.
Which most likely means very powerful. Wait, you said very old? But
Yes,
I used
So
Divine
it's-
Sense to find out if it's undead.
it's undead.
I attack it!
I could turn undead. Wait,
Okay.
wait.
He's reading something though. It's
I'm
reading
kidding.
something.
I'm not going. I said hey. I said hi.
I don't know. You just said you attack it. I can't.
I was making. Do you want me to do the thing? I'll do
No,
the thing.
that's stupid. I hate
Yeah,
that thing.
we agree.
It's
I was-
very old and it's been undead for a long time.
He
Those
just kind of
said-
turns and looks at you, and then just kind of goes back to reading and just doesn't talk to you at all.
I have a bad feeling if we do anything to this. I suggest we leave this alone.
What you reading?
Or not.
Um,
Or Sean can just continue.
he,
Provoke
I think we should just move into the hallway.
I'm backing up slowly.
yeah, he kind of looks over to you and he says, "Who are you?
My name's Creve.
Are you part of the cult?"
No. No.
You seem unsure.
Well. Yeah. Yeah. No. No. Definitely no.
Not a full
Definitely
brother
not.
yet.
Are you?
No.
Yeah, I just got here. I don't know. Are they bugging you?
No, they let me do my research.
Oh, what are you researching?
Elemental power.
Cool. That's cool.
Why don't you make me a... Huh. Make me a history check, Sean. If only there was a cleric that could cast guidance. But...
17.
Oh, I can.
Well, too late now.
Damn it.
You actually recognize, just from history, from your travels and things like that, and being a paladin, this character, this entity that you see, he resonates with you. You remember this character to be known as Renwick.
Renwick?
Hundreds of years ago, Renwick was a hero of renown, and he's the founder of the Knights of Samular, which is a more localized kind of lesser than the Order of the Gauntlet, but still very honorable and
All right.
strength in arms. His hunger for arcane knowledge eventually led him to prepare for lichdom, but he only became a lich because his brother fed him a lichdom potion on the field of battle to prevent him from dying.
No.
So, this is indeed Renwick, which you remember was once a great hero.
Oh shit. Guys, this is Renwick. He was a great hero. Now he's a lich.
And
I don't want to be
Fantastic.
rude, but are you Renwick?
He says, so somebody seems to recall who I used to be. Yes, I am Renwick.
I don't. I'm sure you get this all the time, but I'm a huge fan.
Oh,
Like you, like the knights, good stuff. Honor, right?
make me another persuasion check.
I'm gonna walk back into the room next to Sean when I hear them talk that this is Renwick.
Do you have
he's gonna
inspiration?
stay by the door.
Yes, I do.
Why don't you use that?
I use my inspiration. That's a better number.
He kind of, you see the kind of sallow, decaying, dead face kind of crack into a smile. It's a little unsettling to you,
I'm a little unsettled.
but he kind of
Creepy.
smiles, and he kind of, you can see he's kind of like the kind of almost sullen, dead sockets of eyes are looking away wistfully as he's kind of remembering the past. So he says, "Oh, you flatter me."
No big deal.
If Sean, you permit me from interrupting your conversation with him,
Yeah, go for it.
I ask him if he happens to be researching a way to turn himself back to human, not lich anymore.
Unlichification.
Lichification.
He says, I gave up on that a long time ago. It does not seem there is a way to do that without ending my life. And while eternal life does have its downsides, no life is not something I wish to experience.
Sounds gross.
So may I ask what you're researching?
There is a disturbance of elemental power in this area. I was able to, my renown and immense power has allowed me to study at the monastery. There's much knowledge kept here, many interesting tomes, and given the fact that I have nothing but time on my hands, I am using this to research, to learn more, to see what the future may hold, although I am not threatened by it.
Have you?
That's mighty noble of you.
Curious about what Marlos is doing.
I was about to ask that.
He says he is but a peon to me. I do not fear Marlos, nor what his power or whatever power he will be able to attain. But it's also below me and beneath me, so it's more of a waste of my time. They do not bother me, I do not bother them, and in turn I am able to do my research, and they feel they have an ally, but I give them no quarter. And he kind of looks to Creve, and he kind of reaches out his like skeletal lichy hand towards Creve, and it gets closer, and then he puts his hand on Creve's shoulder and smiles and kind of draws you in, you know,
Oh.
craggy teeth, and pulls you in closer and says, You have given these old bones a small reminder of what it used to be when I was an adventurer. I was whole before I became this undead thing you see before. And
Totally.
then he, like, legs his hands off your shoulder and takes this amulet off from around his neck,
Oh.
and he puts it around your neck, and he says, You deserve this.
Thank you, Renwick. That was, oh my god. You meet one of your heroes and he turns out to be a great guy and he gives you a necklace. This is, I'm having a good day.
Hold it together. Hold it
Why
together.
don't you guys make me perception checks too? Because this
Sure.
room is full of all sorts of crazy stuff. It's like a lab, alchemical stuff, books, papers, all sorts of things.
I cast guidance on myself.
That's a brilliant idea.
Sean, you wanna perception?
Surely.
All right. So you guys notice there are.
Guidance on myself.
Okay, that adds a D4.
Oh, okay. Let's do that. Oops, I rolled the wrong thing.
So you guys see, you know, lots of interesting books on magic and artifacts, but you do recognize a handful of other things. Like you see some potion bottles, some of which you recognize to be healing potions. You see more scrolls of different varieties, you know, various spells in the room, and another bottle that looks purple, purple potion that looks interesting as well.
Are you using those potions and scrolls and stuff? Are those yours? Were they here when you got here? They look dusty and old.
He says, They are indeed mine, but I have no need for these. The magic that I possess greatly outweighs any of these.
Yeah, they look.
Do you want them?
I would love if you could. If you're not using them, I'd take them. I just got hit. Some dude punched me in the face. Like a bunch.
He says,
And it hurt.
That is the nature of monks. This is a monastery, after all.
They do that.
Yes, by all means, you can keep them. And he said, please have them. Just
Oh, sweet.
this
Thanks.
has been fun, but I would like to get back to my research. So if you don't
Oh,
mind.
yeah, sure. Sorry. It's nice meeting you. Later.
So
Gator.
you guys walk out, and he, as you're just outside the door. He goes, if you happen to remove these cultists, these monks, from this monastery, it would help me to further my research without the constant interruptions. And I can promise you, and you see his eyes kind of glow and flare up red, and they kind of spark with an arcane energy, and you just get this overwhelming feeling of power. And he says, I would be sure to make no monks, no further cultists will ever occupy this place. And he winks at you.
How many,
All right.
many monks live here?
He says, I don't keep track. They come to me. I don't sleep. I don't leave this room, really. But I assure you, there will not be any more monks or cultists occupying this place.
Okay.
And then
Awesome.
he kind of just does a little wave of his hand like this, and the door shuts.
So,
All right.
so what items
Yeah.
did he just give us?
You got a potion, which you recognize as a potion of greater healing. So
Nice.
that will heal 4d4 plus 4 health.
Do you want that since we can heal ourselves?
He can heal himself too. He's got.
Oh.
No, he doesn't have those spells. Oh, he might.
Not yet.
Ranger has spells already?
He has spells, but I don't think he has that one known yet.
No.
Okay.
He has Hunter's Mark. Well, I think you got one. We'll deal with it after.
Give it to the rogue.
Irrelevant.
I just need a MIG welder, really.
Yeah. A scroll of Snillock Snowball Swarm.
Ah, it spells stupid.
A scroll of invisibility.
That one's less stupid.
And a potion of Hill Giant Strength.
Oh. We'll divvy it up later. Sean, you wrote that down?
Working on it.
Okay.
It's like all that platinum.
And Hedge, you have... Sean, you have this necklace around your neck right now.
Yeah.
And Hedge, I do want to point out, just for future reference, if you take 10 minutes, you can cast Identify as a ritual and tell Sean what that necklace does.
I'll do that later.
You could do that as you're walking
Why don't we do that
around,
right now?
Oh, we can do that as we're walking.
so that he knows how to use it.
Yes, that makes sense. I do that as we're walking.
Okay, so
And
you guys,
as an idea, too, if these monks are, like, forgiving of Renwick being here, you should be like, hey, so Renwick sent me, and then maybe we could get further in if we're not looking to die, if there's a lot of them right away.
Yeah, we'll probably be fine.
there was
Just throwing
also
it
Tell them that Renwick sent us to tell them to leave.
Renwick. There was a passage leading down further out of Renwick's room, but he kind of shut the door
He shut us out.
behind you.
We should
Yeah.
have killed him.
All right. What's my necklace do?
It's an amulet of health
Oh, nice.
that sets your constitution at 19.
What?
awesome.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So there you go.
Is it?
It's attunement.
Okay.
So you need an hour, a short rest to attune to it.
Yeah.
But, there is one door you haven't searched.
Can we take a fiver? I gotta pee like a mofo.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's take a 5-minute break. I'll throw on some music here, and we'll be right back.
How much longer we got?
How much longer you guys want to go?
Clear the next room. That sounds like a good place to end it.
I mean, it's up to you guys.
Because this whole thing's gonna take a while.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking the one. I feel like most of this stuff is fairly easily cleared.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of it is in and out rooms. There are some enemies in some of these rooms and stuff like that. But I don't know. Depends.
I like the idea of the next room.
Okay.
We'll see. You know what? Let's see what happens in that room.
All right.
You guys make that call. So
Cool.
be right back.
Cool.
Pee.
My butt hurts. Did you pause the stream, or the stream just keeps going? But what if I want to talk to you?
Today what we're talking about is a community in which half of the people don't have jobs. We're talking about a community in which there are hundreds of buildings uninhabitable. We're talking about a community that is unable to go to school. Somebody somewhere has been
Hey, Sean.
What's up, bro?
You hear the good news? Well, it's kind of good news for the Rangers.
About Eric Stahl?
Well, yeah, obviously that.
Yeah.
I was referring to the Islanders goalie being injured for the next 6
No.
weeks.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear about all the Giant signings?
I did. I don't really know. I know they signed a bunch of guys. I don't really know much about them.
One of them was a defensive tackle for the Jets. One of them was a pass rusher on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And one of them is one of the star cornerbacks from the Rams. And the good thing is, like, they all got really big contracts, but they're all really young guys. Where I feel like most of the time the Giants sign people, they get guys who are like 32, and maybe they got one or two more good years in them. But now they're getting like guys that are like 26. They're hitting their prime, so it could be really good.
Okay, you guys ready?
Ready.
Good.
All right, we are back. So
Other door.
check that last door. You open the door. Straw mats cover the floor of this large exercise room, and wooden racks along the walls hold quarterstaffs, polearms, and various weapons commonly associated with martial arts. You have the door, and a triangular symbol is carved into the center of the room's western wall, the symbol that you guys all recognize. And you are in a dojo.
Ooh.
And
Cool.
inside this dojo, there is 4 of the monks that you recognize. Basically similar monks to what you had seen out front. And a different monk. Someone that looks a female. She is a fairly more formidable looking monk. And looks like
Snap.
she's got some serious power. So, she's got a golden kind of gargoyle mask on her face as well. And they see you kind of enter, recognize that you are not supposed to be here. And she kind of like readies herself, and her monks who look like they've been severely... At which point you realize that these 4 monks were all fighting her at once. And she looks fine, and they look like beat to shit. And then they all turn and
Breathe,
swear
breathe.
off
Do it
against
quickly.
you.
I can't do that. I can only do it once a short rest.
Shit.
It's so yes.
I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh yeah, probably do that. Here comes the bad roll.
Oh,
Yeah.
thought I had that click.
It's fine, I got
Not
it.
bad.
Bad roll.
You're
Robot.
a robot, super robot. Hedge.
I rolled.
So when you guys hear what I yelled?
What?
No. You went,
Okay.
Oh, Hedge, you rolled a 3.
I was chatting with
No,
a
I
dude.
didn't.
I was chatting with a dude on Skype, and that happened, and he said, "You sound like a robot fucking a muffler."
Hedge, I saw
I
this.
was wondering where you
Damn
where
it.
that came from.
My rolls suck.
But your face is pretty.
Lara has a 23.
Damn.
Yeah, whatever.
Uh,
I think she's better than me.
okay, so let's roll for the monks. Monks have 12. So let's roll for her. She has Alright, so Lara is up first against these guys. Grab this pencil. Let's get some stuff So Lara's up first. She's gonna move in and attempt to attack the weaker monks up front. So she goes. Let's get back where I actually see what the rolls are. Great. And she misses.
Not so much with the hitting.
And with the offhand dagger. And she misses. So that's her turn. Bonus action. Disengages back. Alright. Shadron, it is your turn.
Are they all still kind of close together? Because they were just sparring?
Yep.
Awesome. Hail of Thorns.
Okay. So go ahead, and I think you have to still attack with that.
Yep. Q.
Let me just look up exactly what Hail of Thorns does. Why don't you, do you have the spell in there or not? I forget. Actually, I think that's one of the spells that's just not in the book or whatever, built in here. So Hail of Thorns. Next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon, creature creates a rain of thorns. Okay. So who are you shooting?
The centermost person, so...
Okay.
Well...
Yeah, so you shoot and you hit one of these kind of beat up monks with a 15. So go ahead and roll your damage for that. Just straight up longbow damage. 9 points of damage. So he gets hit with that, and the thorns that appeared along the shaft of the arrow as it sticks into him, they all fly out at everybody around. And I need you to roll a d10 for me for the damage. They are all going to take 10 damage.
Nice!
If they fail the dexterity saving throw.
Oh, monks have good dexterity.
So let's see.
Fail. Oh shit.
Saving throw. Oh, I need to know the saving throw. What's your wisdom modifier?
3.
3 plus 2 is 5. 13. So he passes. Fail. Fail. Wow. Fail. So one of those guys passes. The other three fail. And then I still have the main chick.
I think the pass still does half damage.
It does half damage, correct.
Yes.
So that is 5 damage to that guy. And then she has to make a roll to attempt to.
Damn.
Natural 20.
She passes.
And she takes no damage because as the thorns come out at her, she evades out of the way.
She has the evasion feat.
She's
What?
She just has evasion.
I know.
It's her turn. So, she... Ooh, I like her. What else has she got? Anything interesting? Just evasion. Okay. So, she kind of runs up and, foot plants down hard on the ground and flips up over top of the 4 people that were in front of her and kind of lands in the middle and in, like, a whirling move just, like, spins double fists out and goes for Reap, Creve, and Flint Marin just 1, 2, 3 all in a row.
No.
Snap.
Shit just got real.
So it's starting with Repray on the one side, so she rolls a 26.
Yeah.
So that's gonna hit. Then she goes for Creve with a 14
Miss.
and finishes it up with a natural 20 on Marin.
You suck, Ted.
Sorry, man. Actually, hashtag sorry, not sorry. So, Shadron takes 11 points of damage. And Marin takes 19 points of damage
Awesome.
as the fist connects. And now it's the monk's turn. So, 1 monk on each person. That's what we're going with. So, monk goes for... We'll go Lara first. And misses. Monk goes for Shadron. Natural 20. Monk goes for Kreve. And misses. Monk goes for Marin. And misses. So Kreve
Really
hits.
mad about those thorns.
Yeah, they're not messing around. So, Shadron will take 9 additional points of bludgeoning damage.
Snap.
Marin, it is your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon
Okay.
and then Healing Word.
They're you couldn't do both.
They're both they're both
Both
bonus actions.
So you could do one or the other.
Creature you choice that you can see with advantage heals hit points equal to 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So
are you
that's...
doing Healing Word, or are you doing Spiritual Weapon?
I can't do both?
No. They're both bonus action. You only have 1 bonus action.
Ah, then can I do Cure Wounds?
You could do Cure Wounds, and that's it. You could do Healing Word and still attack.
Alright, I'll just Healing Word in. No, let me do Spiritual Weapon and then attack.
Okay. All these guys look pretty weak.
Yeah.
The little guys.
So, Spiritual Weapon. I don't have to cast anything to do that, it's just bam.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
there, then you
happens.
roll this attack. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, and I'm attacking as well. So, I hit the guy that I'm in melee with.
Okay.
Okay. More Hammer of Doom.
Maybe you should stop calling it that.
And again, similar to what happened to Kreve, he just
Too
like...
close.
Actually, he doesn't even catch it, he's just like, no.
It's more like the Warhammer of inadequacy.
Yeah.
Alright, Spiritual Weapon.
What's the Spiritual Weapon? It's just a D20 plus 4?
plus
Warhammer of Shadron's old accuracy.
Yeah,
Okay,
plus
my
6.
Each of you plus 6. Oh my god. It's like the
Nothing
worst
happens.
rolling ever.
Alright, that's his turn. Kreve.
I am going to attack the little gentleman in front of me with my hammer.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okie dokie.
He is crushed by your smashing damage from your
Ha ha!
He is dead. I'm gonna go back to Lara. She's going to attempt to attack this guy here.
This fucking guy.
Gonna hit and do, fortunately, sneak attack damage too, which is unnecessary, but that guy's dead because he had 5 health. And then she's going to dagger offhand a different guy with a 23, and that will also hit. The dagger's damage. That will do 3 damage. And that guy was actually also dead. So there is only 1 guy left. And then she's
And the
gonna,
big girl.
And the big girl. And then she's gonna back out the door.
Alright.
Because she's a rogue. So, Shadow, it is your turn. There is the big chick and 1 guy left who looks pretty beat up.
I'm gonna try focusing on the big chick.
Okay. Are you casting anything, or are you...
I'm out of spells, so I'm just shooting.
Okay.
Or not.
Check one thing for you real quick.
You should have 3 spells.
You should have 3 because when you hit level 4...
You got a 3rd one.
You're right, it's true.
Oh.
When you hit level 4, you got another spell. Same number, you still know
Snap.
the same number of spells, but you have a third one per day.
Huh, I didn't find one. Choose one. I didn't.
You
do that.
still have one, so
Okay.
I'll say you can use it from the ones you already have. So.
Well, post Hunter's Mark then.
Okay. So she's she's got
Not
Hunter's
that
Mark
a
on her. but you
13 is
missed.
going to help.
You
Yeah.
missed anyway, but she's got Hunter's Mark on her. So now it's her turn. So she's going to, again, just the three of you. So here goes.
Hope she doesn't.
Well,
I can hope.
that would suck. Miss 11 misses, right? For Shadron? AC's
Yeah.
13. For Kreve, 20.
Ah, that hits.
And for Marin, an 18.
Ah,
Does that hit?
yeah. Just barely.
Alright. So, Kreve, you're going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And Marin's going to take 11.
I'm out.
You're unconscious?
-1.
You're unconscious.
Yep.
You're not. There's no negatives anymore.
Oh.
So the one guy who's left is going to swing at Shadron, let's say. Sure. 14 will miss. And I forgot that they all had 2 attacks. 16?
Snap.
16 hit?
No. 17.
Nice. Okay, so then he misses. That's his turn. Hedge, it's your turn. I'm gonna need you to make me a death saving throw.
What do I roll?
A D20.
D20.
Okay.
You want a natural 20 is the ideal situation.
You can do it.
Above 10 is good, though. That's a
Alright.
success. 3 successes, and you don't bleed out and die.
Yay.
Now it's Greave's turn.
This is what I get for rolling shit all night.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
What do you think, guys? Do I go for the attack or do I heal Marin?
He is dying.
But he's not
Yeah, but he won't
dead.
be dead for another, like, 2 turns.
Take care of the threats.
Alright.
Hit the big chick.
I'm gonna attack
Is it
the
if I
big
actually hit?
Yeah, then it'll do extra damage.
chick. No, she already took 5 damage from,
She has
Walter.
evasion, she took none.
Oh, alright. Yeah, I attack her. See how that works. Pretty well.
Okay, so that will hit.
Alright, I'm going to use Smite. I'm going to smite her.
Okay.
I don't know how to do that in this.
So I'm just gonna say roll your regular damage. So click the Warhammer and roll that damage. So she takes 11 points of damage.
And you want me to just roll 2d, 2d8?
Yeah, roll 2d8.
Okay, that done.
7. Yeah. What did you do to roll that?
I just went into the dice and then I clicked on the d8 twice.
Oh, I was gonna say if you go where it says advanced roll right below that.
Yeah, I
me-
did that, but I was being stupid.
Good call.
Yeah.
All right, so you bring your sword, your hammer down rather, and it gets wreathed in, divine energy as it cracks her on the top of the head, and she takes that damage.
She totally didn't see that coming then.
No, she did not. Though I think she has something else, but I don't think it matters.
Huh.
Oh, it totally matters. Oh well. It's Lara's turn. So Lara's gonna move in, and with her main rapier attack, she's gonna go for the big jerk.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thrice.
Miss entirely.
God damn it, Lara.
So then she's gonna use her dagger to stab the guy with the offhand, with her offhand attack. And miss.
All right.
And then move back outside of the door. Shadron, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, let's go for the scary chick then.
Okay. She's got Hunter's Mark on her now, so that counts for something.
Choo.
Not
That
so
doesn't
much.
count for anything.
Nope.
Snap.
Alright, it is her turn. So now
Close.
she's gonna move in, and she's gonna attack. First, start with, I guess with Shadron. So here goes. 10. So she misses. Then she's going to go for Creve. With a 12. And she's going to go back to Shadron. And with a 9.
Woo.
So she misses.
Lucking out, guys.
And the remaining guy is going to attack Creve. And he attacked Shadron last turn.
Fair.
15 misses.
Miss.
And a 9 misses.
Miss.
So they're just your shield is beat to shit. Just, like it's just covered in like fist marks all over the place. All right, Hedge, death saving throw. Only
Yes.
D20.
Wit.
That's a
13.
success.
Nice,
That's
nice.
2 successes.
It was too close to
What
one.
if I rolled a 1?
That's 2 failures.
Oh, wow.
3 failures and you die.
Sure.
Like dead.
Okay.
Grieve
Hammer!
on.
Oh, big girl.
Okay. So you bring it down and it looks like it's going to connect, but then she kind of like preternaturally fast like blocks it, and then immediately strikes back at you with her other hand
What a bitch!
What?
and misses
Ha!
because you put your shield up in defense and it doesn't do anything.
No.
All right,
That's good.
Well, that was my turn.
so it's Lara's turn. She moves back in. Same thing.
Let's do it.
Stabs at the chick.
Stabbing chicks.
With a 19, the chick goes to do the same thing again, but she kind of like around and connects with her rapier, dealing
Nice!
13 points of damage as the rapier kind of digs into her, and then sneak attack damage for an additional 8.
Nice!
So, let's see here. Then, on her way back out, she kind of offhand stabs at the other guy.
I believe in you!
Just to be sure.
Yeah. And misses.
Well, not so much.
And disappears back outside the door. Shadron, it's your turn.
You know what I'm trying to do?
Yep.
Hit something.
Okay. You shoot, and she goes to try to catch the arrow out of midair, but she's been training for a while. You guys have been wailing on her fairly decently, and her timing is just ever so off, so it actually sticks into her hand. So you do connect. So go ahead and roll damage. So 10 damage from that. Hunter's Mark is another 5. And
She was not prepared.
then I've got another 3 from Colossus Slayer. Alright. It is her turn now. So she's gonna do her same thing. She's gonna go 1 on Kree, 2 on Shadron this go around. So here goes. Kree. 12.
Nice.
Shadron. 13. Shadron.
Ow.
26. That one will hit.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it will.
And do
Oh.
14 points of damage.
How much?
14.
Ooh,
What's that put you at? How you doing?
4.
Ooh. That's her turn. And
She
then
did
her
not like that.
one remaining guy sees that you are hurting, and he moves in to try to attack. I mean, this guy has been hanging on by a thread for like the past 4 rounds. So he's impressed that he's alive still. And he goes in for the swing. And he misses. Well, I rolled the wrong one, don't count that one. Doesn't matter, we'll count it, and he misses anyway. So, because it was only +2, not 7. So, that's his turn. Hedge, give me a death saving throw.
I believe in you!
That is 3 successes. You are now stable. You are unconscious, but you are no longer bleeding out with risk of dying.
Yay.
Grieve.
Oh, I don't know. Do I hammer? What do I do? What do I do?
I don't know.
What
What
do
do
I
you do?
What do I do? What do I do? I'm gonna. No. That's a bad idea. Hammer.
Who are you hammering?
The big bitch.
Okay. Natural 20.
Nice.
You're gonna smite
And I'm
on
gonna
that one?
smite.
Yeah, that's how you do it. All right, so
Yeah.
roll your damage for the hammer. So that's 19 damage.
This time I'm gonna do it correctly.
So now you're gonna roll 4d8
4d8.
for the smite. Another 16 damage. So I'm gonna say, as you bring this hammer in, you just swing it with this dragonborn fury. And how do you want to do this?
I want to make her into a jack-in-the-box. Top down.
All right.
Head into the chest cavity. Yes.
So as you
Again.
bring,
I took some of them. I got in trouble.
is it for hot fries?
I ate the hot fries.
So you bring your hammer around, you kind of bring it in like you're gonna go for the side, and you swing it at like a preternatural speed, and she goes to try to block, but she's taken aback because the speed at which you bring it in and the precision and the divine energy bringing on, it actually kind of leaves an arcing trail which decapitates the other guy.
Yeah!
And it's just like, and she goes up to block, and at the last second you bring it up, kind of twirl it around in the air, and then bring it down, and head sinks into the chest cavity, and then she falls over on the ground, and then her head rolls out.
Oh, I kind of wanted that mask.
It's there.
It's a little banged up. but-
It's flat now.
So her head comes out of her butt.
No, he knocked
No.
it down into her chest cavity, and then when she rolled over on the ground, it rolled out of her butt.
Oh, okay. I was
And
gonna say
then
like, it
I'm
hit
going
so
to
far
use
down it came out her butt.
No.
My final spell slot to bring Hedge back with a Cure Wounds. 5 health. You're
Edge, you are now awake with 5 health.
Yay! I'm gonna heal myself. All right, let me cast Cure Wounds. Regains a number of hit points equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting
If you
modifier.
have any second level spells left, you can cast it.
I have one more second level spell.
You could cast it out of a second level and do
If I cast a
2d8.
second level, add a d8 for each spell level. All right. So 2d8 plus 8?
Plus 4, just 4.
Okay.
Oh. 11.
Wow. Just wow.
You have 11 more health.
Plus 5, so that's 16.
Where are you at in the plus 5?
From what
From Sean.
yeah.
From Sean, yeah.
Why don't Shadron? Why don't you have the health potion we have, the 44 plus 4?
Yeah. What you do.
Sure.
So you would roll 4 d4s and then add 4 to the end of that.
Oh, okay.
So you can
Nope,
just go into
yeah.
the die roller and roll 4
Yep.
d4.
You don't need to waste that.
It's fine. It's better for you to keep your spells, really.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm out of magic. He has one oh no, Shadowrun's out of magic.
For 14 health.
Woo.
Lara is untouched.
Lara's fine, but like the three of us are hurting, and me and Shadowrun are both out of spells.
I tell you what. Why don't you save that healing potion? I tell you what. We'll say you're in a dojo. You have actually the key to the dojo
Oh,
around your neck.
Lock the door.
Lock the door, and why don't you guys take a short rest?
okay. I will
In the room.
use.
So you would have used your healing potion to bring Hedge back to life. I'm gonna say, or you can make a medicine check if you want. Oh, he's stabilized. He would need.
Stabilize, yeah.
Yeah, so you would bring him back to life with your spell.
So I'm gonna spend the rest of my spells to heal myself, then take a short rest to have
You
all
don't
my
get your
spells
spell-
back.
You don't
no.
get your spells back
You
on a
don't get
short
your
rest.
spells back on a short rest.
Oh, you don't?
No.
No,
you
long
can
rest.
You can use your hit die to heal.
Then
Actually,
I'm,
you know what?
I'm
Let's
gonna
just,
do that.
let's just say you didn't use your spell.
Okay.
And we'll just say that in the course of the hour he would wake up. So, to use your hit dice to heal, I will point this out to you guys. You can, you would roll whatever your hit die is. Hedge for you, it's a D8.
Yep.
Oh
Sean
shit! It's a D10.
and Reap, it's a D10 for you guys, and you're gonna add your Constitution modifier to it.
Shit.
To each roll, and you can roll. You're level 4, so you can roll up to 4 times to heal yourself. So Hedge, that's 9 health. That's 1 used.
4.
That's another 10. That's 2.
19. What's 16 plus 19?
35.
I don't need to use it anymore.
Okay. So
So
Sean, you got whatever you got.
8 and 7 is 15. So all right, I'm good.
Okay, and then Reap, you've got 3 plus whatever your Constitution modifier is.
That's 6.
So you can roll up
Do
to
one
4
more.
times. Yeah. There you go.
Nice.
8. So the way it works, the only reason you wouldn't use it is if you if you used them all up. If you take a short rest later, you wouldn't be able to heal. You only can heal on a short rest when you have hit dice. Once you spend them, you gain half of them back on a long rest. So if you spend all 4 today, when you take an 8-hour rest tonight, when you start tomorrow, you have 2. So if you want to heal tomorrow, you would only have 2. That's how that works.
Okay.
And anybody that has short rest abilities, they come back, which I think the only one who has a short rest ability is you. Oh, your breath weapon's
My
back.
breath weapon's back.
And Hedge's channel divinity, and your channel divinity, which neither of you use. So
Oh, I gotta use that more.
no, you don't. It's not good.
No, totally.
And
Is it a bonus action?
nah, I don't know.
That's whatever.
So I'm going to say that we are going to probably end the stream here. I think this is a good spot. You guys are safed up. You did a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we will end the stream here. And we thank you guys for coming out and watching the
Thanks.
All Boys show as we work our way through part of the Sacred Stone Monastery.
So
And we still have many other rooms, a temple, and an entire sub-level. Entire sub-level. Let's go
Oh,
through.
geez.
We're only
Oh,
right here.
yeah.
You guys didn't do any of this. And you got
Shit's
all
just
of
getting
this.
started. Quick, take a screenshot. Damn it.
So, anyway, guys, thank you for anybody that came out and was watching live. If not, I understand because Critical Role went on a break for a week, and then they just came back, and it was tonight. So I understand why. you're
Aw,
not
man.
No excuses.
Anyway,
Only
guys.
loyal fans.
We'll see. We'll see you next time.
I'll come to your house.
Guys,
Yeah.
my max health just went up by 8.
Yeah.
If you forget to